Hey.
Welcome back to the second episode of We Get That A Lot. Kaylee, how has this first week been?
It has been phenomenal. I felt a little bit like a celebrity or something. I don't know.
No, I completely get that. I'm not going to lie. I did see the Instagram likes rolling in. I did see people DMing us and just telling us how famous we are. No, but in all honesty, thank you so much for everybody who has tuned in, whether you have checked out the website, the Instagram, the TikTok, you've watched the last episode, you've subscribed, you've liked, you've commented, you've done whatever, or if you've done none of it and you're just tuning in.
If you will.
Thank you for joining our multiverse of madness at We Get That A Lot, because we get that a lot.
Yes.
And we have a lot more to get. This week, we have something very special and very exciting planned for you. Kaylee, would you like to divulge what that may be?
So, the seven wonders of the world. Imagine you pick your own. That's what we did.
That's what we...
Dolly?
Hi! Looks like we have a guest. Dahlia, come here. This is Dolly, my cat. She doesn't really care
independent.
For me right now. She's an independent woman.
I think she just wanted to smell my latte.
Hi.
I'm unsure. Yeah.
Anyways, the seven wonders of the world. Yeah, we all know what they are.
I actually don't know.
We
what they
don't.
Are.
I don't know what they are.
I think
but I know a lot of
Great Barrier
people.
Reef one.
Like in the water.
Yeah.
Maybe. It's great. It's in the name.
Yeah. And before it was like bleached, like
that's. So maybe we don't know the actual seven wonders of the world, but I'm sure a lot of people do. If you don't feel bad. We obviously don't know them. But I have my handy dandy iPad here with me today. Shout out if you like iPads. If you like tablets, if you like playing on
Baby
iPad.
loves the iPad.
I love to just sit and play on my iPad all day.
I recently ventured into iPad games.
What did you get?
There's one where you're like fixing stuff, but only 4 chapters come for free. And I hit the 4 chapters pretty fast. I also got Farmville. I kept getting ads for Farmville, and I was kind of disappointed when I got it.
No.
I hate games where like you build stuff and then it's like 3 hours until completion, or you can spend all your money
and then get it
I'm
instantly.
like, why is capitalism in the game with me? Like,
we're on a farm.
Yeah.
In my iPhone or pad.
It was my iPad. I don't know what compelled me. I think TikTok. I don't know. R.I.P.
R.I.P.
By the time this comes out,
TikTok will be gone.
As of our knowledge right now, TikTok is supposed to end. Is it at midnight tonight, or is it like tomorrow? Like, what is the timeline? Like, do I stay up until midnight to see what happens?
No, I literally am like, I don't know how else to figure that out.
Is it like Pacific time? Is it
whose time zone are we working on?
Whose timeline are we on?
Whose timeline are we on, and how is this going to go down?
Yeah,
I don't know.
I'm pissed.
By the time you watch this, we'll all know, I guess. But I'm very
Hopefully
upset.
She's still with us.
Yeah, praying. Back to the seven wonders. Thankfully, like I said, I have iPad, and iPad has internet, so I can actually look up what they are. And it looks like
isn't there one in Brazil too? There's like the statue.
Christ
Redeemer.
Christ the Redeemer.
I know that because I used to play lacrosse at a church called Christ Redeemer.
Wait, that's awesome.
Yep.
That's so awesome.
There's a big dirt pile.
Yes. Okay, so it looks like, new seven. No, we want the OG.
New?
No. Wait, everything says new. Wait a minute.
What do you mean new? Who reevaluates what the seven wonders
world was? Campaign was started in 2001. What? Okay, I'm just gonna go based. So I'm just gonna go based off.
What was kicked off?
Okay, here. The classic seven wonders of the world. This is what we want. The Great Pyramid of Giza.
Okay, yeah.
That makes sense. Colossus of Rhodes.
Where is that?
On the Greek island of Rhodes. Or city of Rhodes.
I've never heard of that one.
The Hanging Gardens of Babylon. Which I remember before I said, I was like, Babylon, not Babylon, New York, but I know...
Not that
one. The other one, the Lighthouse of Alexandria in Egypt. The Mausoleum of Halicarnassus, I think. I might have said that really wrong.
Is that also in Greece?
That's Turkey. present day Turkey.
My bad.
The statue of Zeus at Olympia. And
I was a big Greek
the Temple of
gods
Artemis.
child. I was really into Greek mythology.
I wasn't, and I'm really surprised I wasn't. There are a lot of things I now, as my present day self, am so shocked that I was not huge into, including Greek mythology and theater. Two things that I just do not know how weren't in my path.
We should
as
do a
teenager.
hyperfixations episode.
Yeah.
Like what we were
That's
hyperfixated
awesome.
on.
That's awesome.
Maybe that'll be next week. Who knows?
Who knows? But for now, we've got our 7 wonders of the world. So we have each come up with our personal 7 wonders.
That we will share with you. And neither of us have heard each other's yet.
So this is going to be a surprise to all.
Yeah. Do you want...
I say we hop right in.
Okay.
I say we hop right in.
Do you want me to start or do you want you to or
You know what?
let's rock, paper, scissors.
I was going to say. Okay, ready?
Rock, paper, scissors, shoot. Okay, I guess I'm going first.
You're going first. Okay, Kaylee, what is your
make
first?
them in like an order. So
That's
let
okay.
me
That's,
evaluate.
the thing with the wonders is they're all equally wondrous.
That is true.
There is no order. So,
Okay,
sure.
I'm gonna start off strong with the Titanic shipwreck location. Okay, hear me out.
How did
though.
I not think of that?
Hear me out.
Oh,
If you know me, you know I am so locked in on that damn submersible. Like,
Haley?
it is a 2-in-1. You have the Titanic, which was like insane. Like that's an insane thing that happened. Also a hyperfixation
not
I had.
think of that?
Yeah, I was like, I don't know if she'll duplicate this or
I
not.
should have. That's, oh my God.
That fucking submersible, guys.
Kaylee has been locked in on that submersible. And
That
what
was
could've,
like
would've
all I could
happened.
think about while it was happening when they were like, yeah, they're definitely dead. But I was like, but what if they aren't? And what if they reemerge and like only one of them is alive? Like,
yeah.
what would you do if you were stuck down there with those huge like
Couldn't even tell you.
squids? Like, I could do a whole episode on this submersible. Like,
Wow.
yeah. So
That's a really good one. I also recently went through a Titanic fixation. I would say like last year.
Yeah, you
did. No, maybe it was 2 years ago. We went to visit our friend Tyler in Myrtle Beach, and I remember I had just recently watched the movie Titanic because for some reason I had waited so long in life
that's
to get
crazy
there.
that you had not seen that until that
I had a
point.
lot of like hold-offs in life that I will get into later, but the Titanic was one of them, and I had watched it, and like I've also realized about myself at 23 that I am obsessed with history.
Yeah.
I guess it's like one of those things that was always just kind of like buried deep inside of me, and it just it has
history's
come
for
out.
like boys. It's such like a boy.
I'm obsessed with
thing.
history, like stupidly obsessed with history. Anytime we go anywhere, I'm like, is there a historical figure or
You
landmark
do
that I can
love
go to?
be like,
I love to
let's
be like,
go to historical Williamsburg.
no, 'cause,
You
like,
want to go to historical
I have
Williamsburg
so many places
bad.
I want to go to, or I don't know why. I just am so obsessed with history. And the Titanic, like the second I was like, oh my God, how have I not thought of this before? This is so interesting. Like we were in Myrtle Beach, and I remember I was sitting at Tyler's kitchen table watching a 24-hour Titanic like simulation of
it
what would have
sinking.
happened and it's sinking, and I was on that thing for probably like an hour straight because it's so interesting. That is such a good wonder.
Yeah.
That is a really good one.
And now it's like deteriorating, so like they're not sure like
yeah.
what's gonna happen.
gonna-
like it's literally just gonna be gone at some point, which is crazy because it's a boat. It's literally like a huge
Yeah.
boat.
So I have one that
Okay.
actually encompasses your first wonder.
Okay.
This is really ambiguous. But one of my wonders of the world is the ocean. Which one, you may ask?
all of them.
Exactly. The oceans. All of the oceans.
Yeah, that's like most of our planet.
And that's crazy. What?
What's down there?
It's a wonder to me. It's a wonder to me.
It's a
because
wonder to
I don't know.
everyone. No one knows.
No one knows. I'm sorry. When I think of the ocean, I get a shiver down my spine. Like I
I also was hyperfixated on marine biology at one point.
like everything about the ocean. I don't know. You know, all of them. The Atlantic, the Pacific, the Arctic,
The Indian.
the Indian. Like I'm also like unspoken, but the seas are included in the oceans.
So just all bodies of
Oh,
water.
no. Because then I would be including lakes and rivers and such. But
Okay.
I'm talking like the
So
seas,
you're talking about, like, the Black
like the Red
Sea.
Sea, the Black Sea, like the Dead Sea, like those kind of like.
The Dead Sea is like, I'm kind of scared of that because
Oh, I'm-
I want to float there though.
I'm terrified. I don't know why. But
Isn't it really
the
bad for your
oceans-
hair?
Oh,
Maybe
that's something I'm not aware of. Probably.
I know that there's like a famous body of water
because
that like
the salt
it's-
content.
Yeah, I think it's the
Maybe it is
salt.
the Dead Sea.
There's one that's like famous that people go to, and then like their hair is like
Probably
fucked because
probably.
it's so like you're not supposed to get your hair wet.
Interesting.
But I don't know what it is.
Huh.
Someone fact check me on that.
Well, one of my wonders are the oceans of the world because
That's a good
again,
one.
there is so
It is a
much
wonder.
we don't know about that, and I don't know why, but like thinking about it makes my head spin because what is going on down there?
Wait, I have one that kind of goes off of that.
By all means, what's your second wonder?
I wrote this one when I was high.
Okay, and what
I
was
wrote
it?
Gulf of Mexico low key.
No, because the Gulf of Mexico is also included.
It's so clear.
For those that know,
Oh my God.
I am from Florida. I'm from Florida. I grew up in Florida. I moved to New York for college, and I've lived here ever since. But I'm from Florida, and I grew up on the Gulf of Mexico. Kaylee, since entering our friendship, has come to visit me on the Gulf of Mexico. And
3 times.
if you've been there, or
So
many
clear.
places in Florida, you will notice the water is absolutely clear. It is beautiful, white sand beaches, very, very pretty. If you've gone to a beach anywhere else, or specifically
The ocean.
the
one could
ocean,
say.
the ocean's not always the same experience. That's a good one because it is pretty wondrous.
And if they rename it the Gulf of America, I'm going to be pissed. Because there's no reason it's clear
Wait,
because of America.
Did someone say that?
Oh, someone said that.
No.
Someone said that.
No.
Not to get political. Someone incoming.
How did I not know that?
He
Sorry.
said he wants to rename it the Gulf of America.
I didn't know that.
You didn't know that?
I didn't know that.
I could say more that he said in that press conference, but I'm not going to get into that right
Mm.
now.
Okay.
But yeah, the Gulf of Mexico.
Whenever I'm done with the episode.
I saw a meme and someone said they should redo it the Gulf of Buc-ee's, and they put Gulf of and then a picture of Bucky.
Bucky. That's awesome. Shout out Bucky's. You've never been to a Bucky's,
I've
have
never
you?
been to a Buc-ee's.
We need to get to a Bucky's.
Yeah,
We need to get to a Bucky's. They are super awesome.
we need to road trip from the. Oh, this should have been a wonder. Okay, runner up for me, the Georgia Aquarium in Atlanta.
I was waiting for you to say that.
I haven't
swore
been
You were
there.
gonna have
I
it in
didn't
there,
even
though.
think of that until right now.
I swore you were gonna have that in there. Kaylee loves aquariums.
I love aquariums.
and has been dying to make it to the Georgia Aquarium.
That's like the it girl of aquariums.
You said that, and I've never even thought about it like that.
No, it
Because as a
is.
kid, I obviously like lived in Florida. Like we would go to Atlanta like semi-frequently for like little weekend trips or whatever. Like, or if like we had to go. Like one time we evacuated from a hurricane and we went to Atlanta, and I didn't think we actually went in, but like the aquarium's right there. So I just never thought of it as like
Been
the
to a good amount.
aquarium.
I also like
but-
zoos.
You do like zoos.
Like depending on like, the conditions there. But I love the DC zoo. The zoo
The
in,
Atlanta Zoo is really good too.
yeah. But the one in DC is like so big. They have so many animals
the
like
April
I
Zoo.
had never seen before. I just like seeing things that I don't get to see in like my
That's
everyday
fair.
life.
That's understandable.
And I feel like a lot of aquariums and
exciting.
zoos now, if they're good ones, do like conservation stuff too. Like the
Totally.
DC one is very like conservation based.
That's awesome. That's good. I get hesitant with zoos, and
I know you do.
I don't know. I just get nervous. I'm like, oh my god, what are they doing to those animals?
But I will say the DC one is so big that like the exhibits are huge. Like the land that they have to like roam, it's
I've never
not
been.
like
I know we were gonna go, and then I kind
Yeah.
of shut it down. Unfortunately,
No,
we also
you didn't
have
shut it
time.
down.
We didn't have time.
ran out of time. We
time.
were
That was also
really
crazy.
late to it was Babe City, right?
a Babe
Shout out
City
Babe
show.
City. That's the band Jackson's in. Also shout out Jackson. Jackson's our editor.
Jackson
He didn't give himself credit for editing the last
for
episode.
anything he did actually.
He's like our Freddie Benson, if you will.
iCarly, if you know, you know.
Yeah.
Jackson's my life partner.
He's your mate.
He's my yes and yes. No, Jackson is my amazing boyfriend who is so talented and amazing and helped us set up literally everything and edit everything and do everything. And yeah. So thank you, Jack. I appreciate it very, very much. We appreciate it very much.
Yes.
And I know the fans appreciate it because that is why we sound so good, because of Jackson.
Of Jack.
Of Jack. I've never called him that, actually. I just came up with
threw
that
me
on
off
the
a little
spot.
bit.
It's not real, that's why. Sorry, what were you saying?
We were almost late to one of Dave City shows because we were in an H&M for like over an hour.
Having a hissy fit about
not
what
realizing
to wear 'cause we didn't
were
like our clothes.
40 minutes from where the show was.
Yeah, we had done a walking tour of
Just like
American
DC tourism.
Yeah. We walked by.
We were listening to Hamilton
Lincoln
all
Memorial.
day.
Yeah, we actually walked by the Lincoln Memorial. We walked by the White House. We walked by the Capitol, all listening to Hamilton, because what else would you listen to? And then naturally we found ourselves in a pub.
Yeah. Oh, and we got lit, and then we'd use the
got
bathroom.
lit. We had to use, it was a whole thing. We had to use the bathroom. We had to pee really, 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 really bad. So we ended up going into a coffee shop.
Really bad.
I
forgot about that.
It was really bad. We both had to go to the bathroom, and we were like, what do we do? So we found a coffee shop, and obviously, like, we're not going to be cheapskates. So I think I bought like a tea or something, because I was like, let me just do
I
that.
bought a tea too, and I was like, this is gross.
I know. Went to the bathroom, and then we both panicked because we were both like, oh, we hate our clothes. We hate everything. We have to go buy a new outfit. Where do you go? H&M. We're in the H&M, for a long time. This is unfortunately a predicament I find myself in quite often.
Yeah, we're trying to get out of that.
And I feel like I've been doing a pretty good job recently.
No, yeah,
I feel
like I'm getting worse. I'm not getting worse. I just feel
Hopefully
like
we'll just meet in the middle.
Yeah. Like, I really don't like to be late. I have a lot of time anxiety because I was late to a lot of things growing up. No shade to my mother at all. Yeah. It was not just her. My grandpa drives extremely slow. Although I did start learning to tell him that my soccer practices were 30 minutes earlier than they were, and I actually ended up being on time more.
That's awesome. That's honestly, that's kind of what my mom has always done with me. Is she's always given me I'm chronically late, and I hate it, and I'm incredibly embarrassed by it. And my New Year's resolution has been to be better and to not be late to things anymore, because it's inconsiderate, it's not fair, and it just looks bad. So I've been trying really, really hard to be better about being on time, and I think I've done pretty good so far.
You have.
I've been doing pretty good, but like growing up, I was an absolute menace when it came to getting ready. My mom would literally freak out on me because I would take so long. I remember when I was a kid one time, to punish me for being late, making me and all my siblings late for school every day. My mom took the door off of my hinges and was like, that way, like, I can see what you're doing. You cannot be dilly-dallying in the morning. No, because it was ridiculous. Like, it was kind of stupid.
No more funny business.
It's literally like 7 a.m. We have to leave at 7:05, and I'm putting a CD on. Like, and I'm also still not dressed. Like, it was ridiculous.
Anyway, what's your next wonder? Because I don't know.
Sorry. Okay, so your runner-up was the Georgia Aquarium,
3,
and you said the Gulf of Mexico. My next wonder, this is something I wonder about, I guess. The dressing room of a Disney character meet and greet in Disney.
Yeah.
Do you see what I'm saying here?
Yeah.
Everybody knows Disney keeps a lot of things on wrap.
Isn't it like underground too, probably?
To my knowledge.
They have like underground
To
tunnels.
my knowledge, they do. And I just I would love to be a fly on the wall in a Disney I want to be in I don't know, maybe Daisy Duck's dressing room. Just what are they talking about on their breaks?
Look like coming out
what
of those
do they look like
after?
Do they need someone to help them?
Yeah.
I'm so
hot.
curious. In the summer,
yeah.
Oh my God. I'm just so curious what goes on back there, you know?
Yeah.
I would love to ask. We have a few friends, shout out Katie and Emily Alt, who have done the Disney College program. I don't know if they have insider info. I feel like Katie would have told us by now.
Emily Alt definitely does. I don't know any of it.
To know.
She's doing VIP tours right now. Yeah. So like,
Emily, if you can
girl,
figure out
next
what
time
goes
I
on
see
in the
you-
character dressing rooms, please tell us because it's a wonder to me. I
Yeah.
would like to know. That's one of my wonders of the world. It doesn't have to be a specific dressing room, any of them.
So-
I'll say East or West Coast.
That's fair. Going off of that, this also wasn't planned. I put Disney World as one of mine.
You did? Wait.
Because like I'm not even a Disney adult. Like I'm really not, and I promise that. I have only been to Disney World like twice. And one of them when I was like 4, and the other was with
This is a wonder for you.
someone I was like friends with who was in like a volleyball tournament, and she was like, "Do you want to come?" And I was like, "Yeah, duh." There is just something wondrous about how they constructed it, and like how they go as far as like pumping scents into the streets, so your psychological reaction, like that is a wonder.
That's a wonder.
In and of itself. If you were like controlling how people perceive your buildings,
That's a wonder.
and they use like certain paint colors, like
Yes.
there's
a lot of psychology that goes into it.
and that's a wonder to me. Like
That's
not
really,
even in like
like,
a cringy, like
the most wondrous place on earth.
So magical. Like I do not sink to my knees when I see Cinderella's castle.
Hey now. Hey now.
Yeah, but like
This is-
it is so like it literally feels like you're in a different world, and
No,
that is
yeah.
insane.
And I'm sure, okay, I've only been to Disney World in Orlando.
Yeah, I haven't been to Disney.
I can't speak on Disneyland, Paris, like I can't speak on the other guys, but I'm sure it's the same vibe. Like I'm
Yeah.
sure it's the same vibe because that's what they do.
Yeah,
They cultivate a
that
vibe.
mouse. That mouse is
That mouse's plans run deep,
yeah,
and his pockets run deep.
also true.
This is really crazy because okay, I will admit a lot of my wonders are very character based. I'm a consumer. I know. I'm sorry. Like it's shoot me. I guess. Like I'm sorry.
You just love your.
But I consume things. I consume things, and when I think
Your
of
gadgets
when I
and
think of
gizmos
wondrous places, like I'm sorry, that's just what's gonna happen in my head. One of my wonders of the world are, and I don't have a specific name because I didn't do enough research into this, but
Okay.
the soda drive-through stands. Like there's a lot of them in Colorado. I think one of them is called like Sips or something, or Swish or Swig.
The Mormon soda
Yes,
thing.
the Mormon soda drive-through.
I think it's Swig, right?
What the heck?
Yeah.
That is crazy.
Have you
Okay.
tried them?
I've never been to Colorado.
No, but like you can.
Do they have
make,
them other places?
You can make like the sodas.
Wait. What?
You can
How?
make them.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Like DIY it at home.
Yeah, like I don't like soda, so like I,
haven't
can't
really.
participate in that.
I'm a Diet Coke lover, whatever, I know. But no, it's so good. I'm sorry. I grew up in a Diet Coke household and I hated it for the longest time growing up. And then one day something switched in my brain and now I'm addicted to it. Sorry. I can't get off of it. It's so good. I love it. But the concept of a soda only drive through, and trust me, I know it's not just because it's like I understand.
Is it only soda?
To my knowledge, yes.
That's crazy.
I could be wrong. Fact check me. Maybe I'm wrong.
Any Mormons watching?
Tell us about it because
Yeah.
I know that like those are very big in Mormon dominated
They should have put that in the Book
Areas?
of Mormon.
the sodas.
Yeah, when they like
Yeah.
because they rewrote it during COVID.
They should have.
They should have added that in.
because like yeah, I understand the concept of the no coffee soda switch whatever swig if you will. But something about those soda drive-throughs is so interesting to me. Something about it. That's crazy.
No,
a whole drive-through just for soda? That's
is a
wild.
lot.
That's wild. So I would say one of those because also like that's also a very American thing. I feel if you going out of the country,
Yeah.
being like, "Where's my soda drive-through?
Where's my soda
like people
with
would be like,
cream
"Where's my soda? Yeah,
drive-through?
where's my coconut cream
That's why
soda?"
people hate Americans because what are we doing putting cream in our soda?
It's kind of crazy. I'm not gonna knock it because I think I actually did try it once. I definitely did.
And you liked it?
No, I don't think it, because if I did, I'd be doing it still. Think about it like that. But I think it was one of those things that I was like, I see how this could be a treat. Okay, so
Yeah.
I did just lie. I did try it once at home. No, I did
liar.
I did just remember that I did try it once with a Diet Coke, and I was like, that's
I don't know if it's
Interesting.
intended to be for a Diet Coke though.
probably not.
Like I feel like
Maybe.
you need like the full
Like a full sugar
Yeah.
drink. I don't know. I remember the one time I did it though. I was like, that's
Okay.
Okay. I don't think I would be able to consume that every day in 44-ounce form out of styrofoam cup. That's a little crazy to me.
Yeah.
But not judging, just wondering. Just so wondrous to me. So yeah, those soda drive-thrus.
So my next one's also kind of like a chain.
Okay.
First Watch. Any of
Yeah.
them. Any of them. I did not know about First Watch. They are not up north. Once you hit like New Jersey, like and down, pretty fair game. They're
I don't
not in
know.
South Carolina.
I don't
though.
know if they rock with the West Coast, but
Yeah, I don't know.
East Coast for sure.
Yeah.
No, I think they do. I think they have some. Well, that's not coast, but I was gonna say I feel like there's Texas locations and stuff. I don't know
Yeah.
for sure though.
They have a kale tonic there. I do not like green things. Like
Like green juices and such.
yeah, like I just don't. I've like recently ventured into like arugula, but like I'm really picky with like lettuces. So like I don't like kale
Fair.
really. I don't like the texture of it.
It's understandable.
That kale tonic can heal me in ways like nothing else can.
A good juice is literally saving.
It changed my life. Like it's all I think about.
That's
like
awesome.
anytime we go to Florida, I'm like first watch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a good one. That's a really, really good one. No, I remember the first time we tried First Watch was on I've been going to First Watch for a while. They have literally plenty of them in Florida. But, so in high school I went a lot. But I remember we were driving to All Things Go festival.
we
had
were
big
going
plans,
to DC.
and we were trying to save money on going to All Things Go. We had bought our tickets. We were super excited. We were trying to save as much money as possible. We didn't have a lot. So we were like, genius idea. Well, okay.
We also had not rented a car before this point.
No, this was our first time ever
Yeah.
renting a car. And that issue will come into play in a moment. I'm going to put the iPad down for a second because this is a good story. So we were like, okay, how do we save money? Kaylee had just opened up her first credit card. Yay!
At the time,
Be wary.
yay.
Be wary of
Be
the credit
very
card.
wary.
Be very wary.
Be
But-
very wary of the
but
credit cards.
You had points. You had points towards a hotel. So we were like, hell yeah, let's do that. We split our hotel, not bad. The All Things Go tickets were not bad either. We got a 2-day ticket.
It's such a
It's a
good
weekend.
deal.
I'm another big All Things Go fan. and
Okay, I'm gonna pop this in
Sponsor.
real quick. One of my other wonders is the Meriwether Post
I
Pavilion.
was gonna wait. Is it really?
It's the
'Cause I
Meriwether
was gonna
Post
put that down,
Pavilion.
but I figured you were going to.
Yeah.
because magical place in my opinion.
It's the grass. It's so beautiful. I love it there.
That's awesome.
If I lived in Maryland, I would work there. I would do everything I can to go there as often as I can.
I loved it. Yeah.
Just had to pop that in.
No, totally. But we were like, let's save money. So we got a hotel. We split the cost of the hotel. Awesome. We had already bought our ticket earlier in the year, so it was basically free.
This is the year that
Jackson was in Berlin, and we lived together. Jackson,
and it was also the lineup was Muna,
Oh
Boy
my
Genius,
God.
Lana Del Rey, Ethel
It was
Cain,
Muna Del Cane Genius.
Muna Del Cane Genius.
Muna
yes.
Del Cane Genius.
Leith Ross was there. Such a
Amazing.
good
Amazing lineup.
So
Amazing
and
lineup.
that was the first. Yeah, like we saw that and we were like, well, we have to go.
I guess we're coming back,
And we couldn't
yeah.
get tickets. It was a whole thing to get tickets.
And I got super lucky because
Yeah.
what had happened was, everything had sold out. And we were like, no, like we had lost another Ticketmaster war. I lose them all the time. You don't really. You're pretty good with
I
them.
don't really.
I typically
I
lose
feel
them
like
all.
this time I didn't try. I was like working or
You
something.
didn't. I
And
was
you-
trying
yeah.
and I lost naturally. But I had put myself on a wait list because we were like, we have to go to this. We got so lucky. I got an email saying, you've just been pulled off that wait list. Go get your tickets, girl. And I did. So we were like, okay, amazing. We got these tickets. It's in a month. We have nowhere to stay. We have no way to get there. What do we do? You opened a credit card. Not for this, but you had just opened the credit card and you
Yeah,
were like,
it's
great.
because I graduated and I moved here and I was like, I should start like a line of credit, aside from like my student loans that I had
Exactly.
that I wasn't paying yet.
So
Yeah.
you were able to get us a pretty good hotel deal. We did that. And then we were like, how on earth are we going to go about getting there and getting back? Because one thing about music festivals is, as many people know, they end pretty late. And typically they're a weekend deal. So yeah, we were going to be getting done at, like, I think it was like 10 was the cutoff time on a Sunday. Well, we live in New York. We live about 4.5 hours away.
Yeah.
We also both had to work on Monday. Yeah. Bright and early.
And I also was seeing Muna Genius at MSG the next night because I am a psycho.
Yeah.
No regrets though.
We had to get back. So we were like, what do we do? Well, Kaylee did some sleuthing and found an Amtrak. I think that was like $75 one way.
There's one thing about me is I know how to find a
It
good
left.
deal.
I think it left Saturday morning. So first day, the festival was Saturday, Sunday. I think it left at 4:45 in the morning. And then we had plans to rent a car on Sunday, and then we would drive that car home, drop it off at the airport, and then be back. So we get up.
Late. We get up late.
Because again, remember, we were living together at this point in time. So 2 bedrooms, I get up. I realize, oh my God, our train leaves in an hour. We also live in deep Brooklyn.
Yeah, we were in, like, Bushwick.
We have to get up to Grand Central. Like, we gotta go. So I remember I run into your room and I'm like, we gotta get up now. We gotta go.
And
so you were like, oh my God,
sat
what?
up.
Yeah, I was like, we gotta go now.
Thankfully, all of our stuff was like packed.
We were
Like,
ready
we
to
didn't have
go.
to pack. Like I just was like I had to like go to the bathroom and like grab my stuff, but there was nothing to pack.
We rush.
Yeah.
I think we got an Uber because we were like, oh, the train's gonna take too long. We just gotta go.
Yeah.
We go.
Also, where's the J gonna get you?
That's true.
The J's not gonna get you to 34th.
That's
the
true.
J at 3 a.m. That's
a good
nobody's
call.
business.
That's a good
That's
call.
not
That's
our
not our
business.
business. But we were like, we gotta go. So we get there. I'm not lying to you. I think we're coming up on 4:30. The train leaves at 4:45, and we're just getting like, we're in the 20s maybe, and we're like, oh my God, what do we do? Well, where was it? The Mohegan? No, I'm thinking Mohegan Sun. No.
First of all, you've never been to Mohegan Sun.
I know I haven't. Wait, what am I thinking
Second of all, you're thinking of
Moynihan.
MSG.
No, I'm thinking of Moynihan.
Yeah, oh my God. And my coworker, Litzy, shout out Litzy, warned me because she takes the Amtrak. She used to take the Amtrak every morning when she would come into office because she lived in Philly. God bless her for commuting from Philly to New York. Anyway, she was like, be careful. The doors aren't open. Like, there's only certain doors open at that time. And she told me that, and I was like, yeah. And I like heard it, but I didn't listen. Because we get there and we cannot figure out how to get in. The train's leaving in like 15 minutes.
That's $75 that we're not getting back, and we are on a tight schedule.
Yeah,
I think
the
the
next
first
train is like $100
first act
more.
also went on at like 12 at like noon.
Yeah.
We gotta get there.
Yeah.
So we are running. Like, I'm not lying. We are outside. We are running around the building.
It's like, if anyone's watched The
And Penn
Amazing
Station
Race,
is huge.
it was like that. Like,
Running-
backpacks on. We were running up to like the hot dog stand men who
being like-
somehow were still like doing their business on the corners. And we were like, entrance to Moynihan. And everyone kept pointing us in different directions.
a police officer was like right there, and we were like, no, it's not. It's closed.
open.
We just tried. You just saw us pull on the door. Like, it was the most like, I'm not lying, tears in my eyes, because also like, we're both frazzled, we're late, and we're yelling at each
poor.
other.
We're too
and
poor
we're like,
for this.
we can't go. Kaylee's like, it's not opening, and I'm like, I don't know where to go, I'm sorry, I don't know what to do. And we're both like, oh my God, what do we do? So we finally find a way in, and we're running. Also,
We're running
like, yeah,
through,
like,
yeah.
I'm
We're hot, we're sweaty.
I'm incredibly embarrassed to run in public. Like, that is horrifying to me. I don't know
Yeah.
why.
With a backpack,
I get
too?
embarrassed
Forget
very
it.
easily. Running with a backpack on, late for something, like,
None
I
of my
was like,
business.
just knock me out. I'm done. And I remember we ran, and we were like, oh my God, where's the 4:45 train? And the lady was like, ladies, your train's about to leave. And we were like, we know. Where
Yeah.
do we
She
go?
was like, hurry up. And I was like, we're
Where?
covered in sweat.
We were like, where do we
like,
go?
With
Just
our
tell us.
backpacks. And we were like, we know it is.
Every single person was literally like a stop sign in the way, because
Yeah.
every person was like another final boss to beat. Every time we thought we were done,
Yeah.
there was another person being like, oh, I don't know where the trains go, left or right.
Are we in a
I
train
would be like,
station?
yeah, where do we go? Where do we go? Where do we go? We get on the train literally as it's like about to go. We're on that train. I think we both sat in silence with our eyes closed for the next 2 hours, because we were both
Oh my
in such a
God.
mood.
Wait, another story. It's a really quick one though.
Okay.
So Adele Dazeem. I don't know if any of you know Adele Dazeem.
I think they know Adele Dazeem.
so. Like John Travolta, like, you know, he messed up Adina Menzel's name and he called her Adele Dazeem. I still don't understand how it happened. If that could be one of my wonders, it would be. That's like a piece of media, not a place
That's
though,
so
so it
good.
doesn't fit. when we saw Boy Genius, they referenced Adele Dazeem, and I was like, I did this morning. I literally watched that on the train.
Yeah. It was kind of crazy.
In silence, and I kept showing it to her and laughing.
Yeah.
Because I was like, Adele Dazeem.
That's so funny. No, I know. We got off that train at so the Amtrak leads into the Baltimore airport. We're off that airport with our bags at 5:30 in the morning. We look like idiots. We're both looking around like, where the hell do we go? We can't check into our hotel until 4 p.m., I think. Or 3 p.m. No, I'm sorry. It was 3 p.m. and we were trying to get an earlier check-in.
And they told us, they're like, yeah, that's fine. Just go the day of. And then we get there and they're like, you can't check in now.
So we're like, well,
and I was like, we have
bags.
somewhere to be, actually.
So we walked to our hotel from the train station. We asked them if they can hold our bags. They're like, fine. I'm like, where do we go? First Watch. They're open. So we got an Uber to First Watch. Of course, no one is there because it is 6 a.m. So we sit down. I'm hungry. I'm ready to eat. And I'm like, let me get a kale tonic.
We were like,
Kaylee's like, I'll try one. And then your life was changed forever. Forever. Now, anytime we go anywhere, she's like, do you think there's a First Watch there?
Yeah.
And we check because it is so good.
It's so good.
So good. The rest of the story was great. We did end up renting our car to drive home. However, we almost took a car from a different rental agency because it wasn't clearly outlined, and we had obviously
we got in it, and then
never
someone, like, looked in our window, and they had like the Avis.
Yeah.
Like.
We were renting a Hertz car, and we were a little. We were like, "Wow, you're telling me we can pick
one?"
We were like, "We can pick any of these cars. This is awesome!" And then I pick one out. We're in the car. We have music on, and I'm like pulling up the map.
Had Lana on. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, I'm pulling up the map, and I'm like, "All right, let's get out of here." And then I think you were like, I think something's wrong. And I was like, no, how could it be wrong?
Like, what would they have done? How often do you think that happens?
I think they would have stopped us at the toll thing to look at my
you're
thing.
So right.
They would have stopped me.
You're so right.
But
there is someone.
We were really. It was.
That would have been
like
really embarrassing.
Seconds from pulling out, and I was like, "Oh my, no! What could be wrong?" And then I look, and I'm like, "We're not supposed to be in this car right now."
No.
But it was okay. We got the right car. We got it back. We drove all the way back.
I then slept for an hour and a half. Went to work. Straight from work, went to MSG for Boy Genius and Muna. That was a really
didn't come with you.
Long
I went to
day.
Caitlin's birthday party. Shout out Caitlin.
Yeah, shout out Caitlin. I didn't go because I was like Boy Genius and Mona.
Yeah.
That's like my Super Bowl.
That's fair. And it was. My next one, the Paris Catacombs.
I don't know if I know about those.
What? Wait, you don't know about the Paris Catacombs? It's underground catacombs that are 20 meters underground and hold over 6 million remains.
Do they still use them? No.
No.
They can't.
People like, okay.
They had to have run out of
the
room.
reason this interests me so much is because one day I was on TikTok, may she rest, possibly. I was on it and I was seeing a bunch of people be like, my experience journeying through the Paris Catacombs. Like, they're not supposed to be there. There's theories that there's like wild people that live in the catacombs.
Wild people?
No, like, I'm serious.
How do they live down there?
That's the wonder. I don't know if it's true. It's probably not true.
Wait.
But like, no, it's interesting. Here, I'm going to give one runner up too because you just reminded me of this. Appalachia.
Like the mountains? Or just like the whole region?
No, like the mountains and like all the spooky stuff that goes on there. Very interested in that as well. But mainly the Paris Catacombs. Because like 6 million remains.
That's...
And people
way too damn
like
many.
and people are like going down there with like hard hats and like flashlights and stuff trying to like
That
let
is
them
not your
rest.
business.
Let them rest.
That's not your business.
But it's so like I think the interest, other people's interest in exploring that is what's interesting to me because like let them rest, leave it alone, don't touch it. But like at the same time, I am really intrigued and I do want to know more about the Paris Catacombs. Those are very interesting to me because that's crazy. Sorry.
I want to know more too.
20 meters deep underground? That's crazy.
That's like that
I don't
shark
actually know
movie.
that. I don't actually. Oh, wait, 47 meters down? Is
Yes.
that correct?
20
Yeah.
meters deep, 47 meters down.
Figure
Same thing, kind of.
Okay, I have 3 more, so I'll double up.
Yeah.
So this is another consumer one, but sorry, the Snoopy Museum in Japan. I don't know if it's the Charles Schulz Museum or
I
if
didn't
it's
know
the
there was a
Museum.
Snoopy Museum.
I know about it.
Why haven't we gone to the
Because
Snoopy
it's in
Museum?
Japan and it's far and it costs money to get there.
So we're going to go to Japan. I have a
We have
passport
to.
now. Anything's possible.
Well, yeah, the passport, but it's the money. I wish
We
someone
still
could
don't
give
have
us, I wish
money.
someone could give us money to maybe go to Snoopy. Because I love,
Yeah.
I freaking love Snoopy. Joe Cool is right over there. I have a little Joe Cool stuffy
Yeah.
over there. I love Snoopy. And I know,
Instead of like hidden Mickeys, you have hidden Snoopies.
dude, I do have hidden Snoopies and hidden Miffys and hidden Hello Kitties also. But like specifically Snoopy, I love that guy so much. He's
There's
so
something
sweet and awesome.
really comforting about him.
And I want to go so badly to see that museum. So I think
That's
that's
really
awesome
fair.
because he's such an awesome guy and everyone knows about Snoopy. Come on, everyone knows Snoopy.
Everyone knows that
Everyone
guy.
knows that guy.
Woodstock, all of them.
I think it's
Linus.
pretty wondrous.
Yeah.
Lucy, Linus,
The
Charlie
others.
Brown.
Charlie Brown.
Wah, 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 wah. What is your next wonder?
My next one is a little out of left field. I don't think you
Oh,
would
really?
have. I don't even
Thought
know
of
the
this?
last time you thought of this. Carlo's Bakery, as featured on Cake Boss
Wait, that's a
in
good,
Hoboken.
That's a good one.
I loved Cake Boss. I think about them dropping the cake pretty often. Like, that is run like a factory. Like,
Tight ship.
crazy.
Tight ship.
Crazy, crazy, crazy. And I think that there's something wondrous
There's something
about,
to say about that.
like, the Velastros,
Yeah.
like, their Italianism. I don't think that's a word,
I love it.
but, like, there's something about that
That's
place.
awesome. That's really, really good.
Yeah. The cakes. Like,
Yeah.
I just want to go there. It's so close. We should go there.
We should go there.
We should go there and then to the American Dream
episode.
Mall. Because I don't want to go
Wait.
to one of the knockoffs.
No,
Okay,
no,
they
no,
have
no,
one in
no.
Times Square, but it's
No,
not
that's
the
not real.
Carlos
That's not
Bakery.
real.
I
That's
got to
not
go to
real.
the OG.
That's true. That's good. Okay. I think my next wonder. There's a bit of a story attached to this one, but Diagon Alley in Universal Studios.
Okay.
So with Diagon Alley, something that's really interesting. I am not a huge Harry Potter fan. I am a fan though, which is
We just recently.
you may think a pretty normal thing. So I watched the Harry Potter series for the first time at 22 last year.
when I lived with her.
Sorry, 2 years ago, 2023, but I was 22 at the time. Before you ask, no, I haven't read them. I'm sorry.
You like reading. You should read them.
I should read them.
They're
However,
good books.
my issue is growing up, I was one of those kids that I really, really did not like being told what to do. Like,
You were different.
I was just so different. Like it was one of
like
those.
the
It was
other-
one of
the
those
other
things.
kids.
I was like people. Okay, because there's something to be said about Harry Potter. When you're in a room, doesn't matter. Adult, child, teen, tween, old person, doesn't matter. If Harry Potter is brought up, the following question is, "What house are you?" People are always going to say that.
yes.
As a kid, having this like the Harry Potter conversation would come up, I would try to meekly shy away because I didn't want
You didn't
to
know what house
discuss.
you were.
I didn't care and I didn't want to talk about it. But there it goes. What house are you? And I would say, I don't know. I've never read or watched Harry Potter.
What? You haven't?
You've never read Harry Potter? And then I'd be like, oh, not this again. So it just formed this really deep resentment in me where I was like, "Ugh, not this again. I'm kind of different, if you guys haven't noticed. I'm not like everyone else.
Just a little.
I have different taste. And it formed this really unfortunate hatred towards Harry Potter and the Harry Potter franchise because I did not want to discuss. And the amount of people telling me that I had to read or watch it made me so angry because no, I don't. Let me be. Unfortunately, I am like that with a lot of things. As a child, I had this terrible resentment towards many things. Twilight, Harry
Hunger
Potter.
Games. You had a fear of the Hunger
I had a fear of
Games
the Hunger
then.
Games.
Yeah, we'll
okay,
probably
I
get
did
into
have
that.
a fear of Harry. Okay, I was deathly afraid of Dobby too as a child. I still am
You
a
do
little.
hate Dobby. You hate that
I
guy.
don't hate him. I'm just really afraid of him. I don't know what
He's
it is.
off-putting.
He's
a freaky little dude.
Puts me off. Like he makes me afraid. I don't know. Especially as a child, Dobby was frightening to me. So I just had an aversion. But again, at 22, I decided, well, Kaylee and I were living together. We were on our movie roll. And I think it was another one of those things where you were like, oh, we should really watch Harry Potter. Like, that's so good. And I was like, You know how I feel. And then you were like, well, maybe get over it. And I was like, well, maybe you're right. Maybe.
And then you're like, maybe I do need
Maybe
to get
I
over
finally
it.
need to grow up and get over it. And I loved it. I loved the Harry Potter trilogy. But, not trilogy. It's more than that.
It's like seven. It's
Sevenology.
eight.
I don't know.
There's
Eightology.
There's 7 books.
Series.
But then they split the last part into 2 because they
However,
love to do that.
Back to my Diagon Alley. When I was in middle school, I went to Universal on a trip, on a school trip, on a Junior Beta Club convention trip. If you know, you know. Yes, I was in the Junior Beta convention. Not a big deal.
Okay, Junior
Not a
Beta
big-
convention.
Junior
You're
Beta.
A beta, not an alpha.
Junior Beta is awesome. I just realized them calling a bunch of kids Junior Betas is awesome.
That's like beta's already like
down. You're already
yeah,
below.
like you're a
You're
below.
junior beta. No, but anyways, we would go again from Florida. It was about a 6-hour drive to Orlando. We would go to the convention and then we would go to like Universal or Disney. One year we went to Disney, one year we went Universal. Remember, I'm in middle school. I do not want to talk about Harry Potter. But we're in Universal. We go to Diagon Alley and I'm kind of like, this is not cool. This is not cool. Meanwhile, there's a spark inside of me. And I'm like, this is kind of lit, but I can't let anyone know because I cannot be found out that I actually like the same thing.
I can't be outed as a Harry Potter fan.
Not even a fan, as having interest in something other people have interest in. So I was like, no, yeah, this is so
This
cool,
sucks.
guys.
I'm miserable.
This is so cool. Well, in the back of my head, I'm like,
I want a wand.
I literally, my wolf is coming out and is like, I need a butterbeer. Like, I'm literally, my wolf is screaming for that butterbeer. And I'm like 13, I'm like, yeah, could not care less. Well, I'm looking over my hand at the wands. And I'm like, so I just think there's something really special about a place like that being able to spark joy in even the biggest haters.
It's kind of like Disney World.
That's what I'm saying. Like here, and then, I mean, I'm going back to Universal this year, actually. I'm super excited because
I want to
now
go to the Super Mario Land so
That's where I'm headed.
I
That's
love
where I'm
Mario. I play Mario so often. I want to go there so
That's
bad.
where I'm headed.
I don't like rides at all, but
You don't
for
like rides,
Mario,
I don't like games.
Yeah.
That's another thing. We can
Yeah.
get into that later.
Yeah.
But wrapping that up, yeah, I think there's something so awesome about a place being able to spark and inspire joy in a person that hates everything and is so determined to resent things. So I'm really excited as an adult to go back as a Harry Potter lover and be like, this is so cool. Like, and actually be able to
copyright
be
us.
on my exterior, be able to show that I'm enjoying myself instead of having to like hide my inner Potterhead.
You're an out Potterhead now. You're not a
I'm
closeted
an outed
Potterhead.
closet Potterhead. That's such a crazy name, Potterhead. I still don't know my house though, so don't ask. I'm kidding.
Yes,
I'm
you
like,
do.
I'm the yellow.
You're
No, I'm the red. No,
I thought that you
say them again.
Gryffindor, Hufflepuff, Ravenclaw. You're not a
thought it was
Slytherin. Gryffindor is like the brave one.
Wait, then not that. Then it's not that. Hufflepuff.
I think it's also loyal.
What color is Hufflepuff?
Is like
Are they
it's
yellow? I think I'm that. I think
But
I'm the
also,
yellow.
I could see you being a Ravenclaw. That's the
I'm
one
not
who
that.
likes.
I know
to,
I'm
like,
not that.
Oh, my bad.
No. Nothing.
I'm not a
No,
Ravenclaw.
I'm not. I know.
Don't
no,
ever say that.
I
to me
know
again.
I'm not. I just know I'm not because I remember one of my best friends from home, Summer. Summer is a Ravenclaw. Summer had a Ravenclaw keychain, or no, a Ravenclaw like lanyard that her car keys used to be on. And I always remember being like, I'm not that one. I know I'm not that one, and I know I'm not Slytherin because I know that's green.
I'm Slytherin.
I always get confused between the yellow and the red. I'm Hufflepuff, I believe. So comment down below what house you're in, or don't, because
If you're
I
a hater.
understand
If
that
you're
I
a
understand-
closeted
Trust me,
Potterhead.
I get how frustrating the question is. If anyone gets it a lot, I get it a lot. We
yeah.
don't really get it a lot, but I get it a
Yeah,
lot.
she gets
so
it a lot.
comment if you feel so inclined, but don't worry about it if you're not up for it.
How many do you have left? One. Okay. I'll do my last one.
Okay. What is your last wonder of the world, Kaylee?
Times Square, Margaritaville.
Oh, that is a good one.
That place. Listen,
No, that's a good one.
their drinks there are so cheap for New York.
I've still never gotten to
She had a bad experience. We have to go
Drink
back.
there.
But it is so. It's like $12
It
for a
was
freaking
really-
mixed drink, and they have these blenders, these
Blender
blender cups that. When I went, my entire group, there was a very drunk group of men who were from a corporate I don't know. They were there for way too long.
The Times
Way
Square
too long.
margarita was awesome.
And we took their blender cups when they weren't looking because they were on the way out. And the thing about the blender cups is if you, at least when I went, if you had it, you got half off the
That's
drinks.
so awesome.
Because it's like 2 drinks in one. So they're like, oh, if you buy a cup, basically if you're there
paying
to
more
drink,
for- yeah.
you'll recoup the investment. I didn't even have to buy the cup. I just took it. So yeah, that was awesome.
That's a really good
And
one.
also they have a Statue of Liberty in the middle that you can sit in. I haven't sat in that.
Shout out.
That-
Shout out. Wait, was it Ted Nivison and Eddie Birdback that did the
Yes,
Margaritaville video?
that was an
right?
awesome video.
Because seeing that, I was like, OMFG, we've
Yeah,
been
and she's
there.
holding a margarita, I'm
they
pretty
also
sure.
went to the Destin and the Panama City ones, which
Yeah.
are around where I used to live, and I was like, oh my god, this is crazy. I never even knew the Margaritaville lore.
Oh, it
went
goes
this
deep.
freaking deep.
I have a "What Would Jimmy Buffett Do" sticker
You do.
on my
It looks
car
like
at
a What
home.
Would Jesus Do sticker, but
does.
it's not quite.
Also, I got it before he died, and then right after he died,
Rat.
we used to throw a Labor Day party.
Slay
Birthday.
like Labor Day, but slay.
Yeah. And our last one that we had was actually Jimmy Buffett themed, and I'm pretty sure like
Because
no one
it was
there.
on the day he died, I believe, or the day
yeah,
after.
it
And
was
we were
literally
have
like,
to
and we hadn't
memorialize him.
planned. It was very spur of the moment.
No one really knew why
No
that
one
was
got it. Who was there? Like no one really got it.
It's okay though. Honestly, like
A table was ripped out of the wall at that. It was a really interesting
yeah.
party. Anyway, that was my last wonder.
Yeah.
What is your last wonder?
My last wonder of the world is the Willie's chocolate experience in Glasgow with the unknown.
So happy you said that. As soon as you
It's
said
the
Willie,
unknown.
I was like,
Like,
oh my
I
God.
don't know. What the heck? That was so good. Okay, so for those who are not chronically online, the Willie's chocolate experience, I think it was called, in Glasgow,
I didn't know what it was called.
was okay. I wish I even knew more about it. It was supposed to be like a Wonka themed
They made AI
experience?
pictures.
Yeah.
And like posted them on Facebook being like, come to this experience. And they made it seem like it was like
It was
this
like a Wonka's
huge,
Wonderland.
like it looked like an investment. Like
Yeah.
someone really like paid a lot of money to like make this a real experience. Spoiler alert. They
It
didn't.
wasn't. It was just like a room, basically.
Yeah,
with like
a haggard
literal
Oompa
smoke and
Loompa
mirrors. Like
looking-
literally, yeah. Like really like out of it looking girl dressed as an Oompa Loompa and the unknown, which was
Scared the children.
a guy in a black cloak with a mask on that like hid behind a
The unknown,
mirror,
like
and literally terrified the children.
literally like the Reaper, like the Grim Reaper.
And he did exactly that. He came out and said, "It's the unknown," and everybody was like, "Ah, that's not Willy Wonka. What the heck? That's not him." But yeah, I just think that was so important, and also like in the spirit of the TikTok remembrance, I just feel like the Willie's chocolate experience needed to be commemorated, and where that all went down is just really important and should be
Yeah.
remembered.
Yeah.
Memorialized.
I don't know if I would take my kid to a Willy Wonka
I would
experience
not
though,
have
because
done
like
that.
the whole thing with Willy Wonka is like all the kids die, kinda.
That's
if you
the
think about
whole
it, like it's
thing,
kind of
yeah.
like torturing children. Like,
Yeah.
why would you be like, oh yeah, Willy Wonka? That's a great place for kids.
For my children, yeah. No, I don't know. I think what they were setting out to do. Sorry to keep talking about literally Orlando, Florida, but like, but if you go to Universal again, they have something called. It's a restaurant. I think it's called the Chocolate Emporium. I don't. It's very closely modeled after Willy Wonka. I don't think it is Willy Wonka branded. I think it's just like a hint.
It has to be adjacent.
I think it's adjacent. Yeah. And we ate there one time. My friends and I went to Universal once for a trip, and we ate there. And it was like, there was like steam coming out of like the things that looked like the factory. Like, I think that's what Willie's chocolate experience set out to be.
Yeah.
Didn't quite get there, but it did form another precious piece of media, which is the unknown and the
Yeah.
experience that we now know.
And the Oompa Loompa girl.
And the Oompa Loompa
She was
girl.
my favorite.
Oh my God, she was so good. Because she was just
So
standing there
haggard.
with like potions, I think.
Yeah.
She was kind of like,
She looked really tired.
she was clocking in
Her
for a
wig
shift at the
was
factory.
crooked, like, shout out to her.
Shout out to the unknown. So,
Wow, yeah.
as a quick Do you want to maybe just do a quick overview one more time of what your wonders would be?
So I did go back and delete all of them as I said them.
Forget it. Totally forget it. Totally forget it.
Yeah, because I was like,
No,
I'm gonna
totally
keep looking
forget
at
it.
this. It
Totally
was to
forget it.
keep me on track. I think it was Titanic Shipwreck, Merriweather Post Pavilion, Disney, First Watch, Carlo's Bakery. What did I
5.
just say? Times Square
Times Square
Margaritaville. And
You had one more. You had one more good one.
Wait. It was
Not the ocean. It was
Gulf of Mexico,
Gulf
low
of
key.
Mexico, low key.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay. Those were all really, really wondrous to me. Mine again were the dressing room of a Disney character meet and greet, Diagon Alley in Universal Studios Orlando, the soda drive-thrus in Colorado, like Mormon territory, the oceans, all of them, and the seas, the Paris catacombs, the Snoopy Museum in Japan, or Charles Scholl's Museum on shore. Gonna loop them both in there, and the Willie's Chocolate Experience in Glasgow.
Well,
Those were all pretty
another
wondrous to
episode
me.
in the books.
And I think it went pretty well. I think this was interesting. I like this format. I really love storytelling. I feel like we have so many awesome
We have
stories
so
to
many,
tell.
as you can
And-
tell, because we kept going on.
Wouldn't be able
little-
to focus. We have a lot of really awesome stories, and we love sharing those stories with you guys. So we'll keep doing that. We'll
have
keep doing
more
that.
to share.
We have much more to share. Much more to come.
Follow us on all of our platforms so you can see what we're up to when we're posting.
Subscribe sign up for the newsletter.
Yeah, newsletter.
on the website.
We'll be doing that soon.
We're doing the newsletter.
I'm gonna get our bearings first, but
We're getting our footing, getting comfortable,
yeah.
and settling in. But we hope you will do that with us, and we look forward to seeing you next week.
Yeah.
Thanks
Bye,
so
divas.
much, guys.